Hey, what's going on, guys? Parker Chmiel here, and in this video, I'm explaining to you guys 9 things that poor people do that rich people don't. Now, before I dig into any of this, I want you to take this with a grain of salt, right? I want this to help you understand what you're doing wrong so you can change your situation and improve your life. So number 1, poor people watch a lot of TV and rich people don't, right? When I was growing up, the TV was on constantly. It was always on. It was just in the background, right? This is something that rich people do not do. TV is used to disconnect you from your reality, right? It's used to really distract you from the life that you're living instead of actually facing your problems head on. So, what do rich people do instead of watching TV? They read books, right? And I'm not talking about no fantasy books. I'm not talking about, a Harry Potter or, just a fiction book, right? They read personal development books. They read investing books. They read books that can better their future and better themselves so they can grow as people and make more and more money. So a good example of this would be a book like this one, right? Like an options trading book or like an investing book. So you can learn how to do options and trading and how to invest your money once you make it. Now, how many books have you read in the last year? Compare that to the number of TV shows you finished in the last year, right? Especially during COVID, a lot of people watched a ton of TV. Now, if the answer to the second question is a lot higher than the answer to the first one, you need to reevaluate what you spend your time doing. Poor people watch TV, they watch Netflix, they watch movies. Rich people, they read books instead. Number 2, poor people focus on saving, whereas rich people focus on investing so they can double and triple their money. Poor people will focus on saving $1 here and there. They'll buy cheap clothes, they'll buy stuff on sale, they'll buy stuff, at a discount, right? But $1 saved is still just $1. It's not going to do anything for your future, right? It's not going to change your life. It's just $1. You need to increase your income if you want to change your life. Rich people will only look for discounts on one thing. Their investments, right? When the stock market's down, when crypto's down, when real estate market's down, they load up, they buy a ton of it. And then when it goes up and skyrockets again, they make more and more and more and more money. They don't look for discounts on food, clothing, whatever it may be. They look for discounts on their investments only. This is because rich people base their investments and where they spend their money on the value of something, right? Not just based on the price tag. So they don't care if something costs $1,000. If they value it at more than $1,000, they're going to go buy it. Where someone that's poor, they see the price tag, they see $1,000, they won't even touch it. You don't have a saving problem. You have an income problem. You're not making enough money. So you don't have enough money to invest in assets like stocks, real estate, crypto, whatever it may be, and actually grow your wealth later on. This is how long-term wealth is built. This is how rich people build their long-term wealth. And this is why the rich get richer while the poor get poorer. They don't have the extra income to invest. Rich people increase their income every single day. They see a new opportunity and they will invest in it immediately to try to double and triple their money. This is where the difference comes in, where poor people will have, a certain amount of money saved up and they'll stretch it as far as they can go so they can try to make it last, right? But when they see an opportunity, they decide, you know what? No, I can't. It's too risky, right? It's too risky to invest in my money. And they have to try to make it stretch and last longer. But this is where the problem comes in. And this is where the problem arises from, right? Trying to save money instead of trying to invest it and double and triple it. Number 3, poor people think they know everything, right? They think they know it all and they're always right. Whereas a rich person is willing to learn and grow and learn something new every single day. Poor people are always opinionated about something, whether it be politics, sports, religion, the government, the president, gas prices, right? Their opinion about everything. If they think something, they shout it from the rooftops no matter what it is because they want everyone to hear what they're saying and what they think. Whereas rich people stay humble and are willing to listen and learn, right? They don't have to fight with anybody. They don't have to argue with anybody. They don't have to tell everyone their opinions because they want to learn new information to better improve their own life. Poor people have opinions on everything and they want to make themselves known and they want everyone's attention, right? Remember, the loudest person in the room is probably the one struggling the most on the inside and struggling the most in their bank account. Someone that's quiet and willing to listen and, observes the conversation is dangerous, rich, and most likely the most successful person in the entire room. Number 4, poor people get paid based on time, whereas rich people get paid based on results. Poor people get paid based on the amount of time they actually work. So let's say, you work at Target, right? Let's say you make like $10 an hour at Target. How much value are you providing to Target in every hour that you're there? I would argue you're providing a lot more value than just $10 an hour, but that's what poor people do to get paid. They get paid by the time that they work. They get paid an hourly rate. This right here is the difference between the rich and the poor. The poor get paid based on time, where the rich get paid based on the results that they bring. So let's say, for example, you start your own business, right? And for the first year or so, you're getting your whole business set up. You're getting everything ready to launch. You're getting, the product ready, the building ready, the employees ready, whatever it may be. You spend about 12 hours per day for a full year getting everything ready. You spend a ton of money. and your business launches, your company launches, and no one's interested, right? No one cares about what you just launched. Well, guess what? You're not going to make any money, and nobody's going to care about anything but your results. They don't care about the blood, the sweat, and the tears that you just put in for the last 12 months. They care about how much money you're making. They care about how many sales you've gotten, right? How many products you've sold, right? They don't care about how much, time you put in beforehand and what the actual, sales were. They care how much you actually sold. What people care about is results, right? This is why the highest paid athletes in the world are the best athletes in the world. They're not paid for their practices. They're not paid for their workouts. They're not paid for their injuries that they overcome, right? They're paid for how they perform on the field, the court, the ice rink, whatever it may be. They're paid based on results. And this is what the rich people in the world are paid on. Results, not their time. Number 5, and this is a big one. Poor people blame everybody else for their issues and their struggles and not themselves, whereas rich people take responsibility for everything that happens to them in their life. Rich people take everything they do and everything that comes to them as feedback, right? So they're like kind of emotionless most of the time. So even if something bad happens, like they miss out on a sale or a stock goes down that they own, maybe even a rental property is destroyed, right? It's feedback to help them figure out what they're doing wrong so they can fix it, right? It's feedback for them so they can be a better person and grow as an individual. Whereas poor people, it's always somebody else's fault, right? And maybe it's the economy. Maybe it's their family. Maybe it's their friends. Maybe it's the government. Maybe it's, whatever it may be. Maybe it's their job, their boss. It's someone else's fault for the struggles that they're enduring right now, and it's not on them. It's never their fault. It's someone else's fault. Rich people, they take responsibility for everything that happens to them. If something in their life sucks and they don't like it and they're upset about something, they go make a change, right? It's up to them to make the change, not somebody else. When you take responsibility, you gain power. You gain the power to change your situation and do something different than what is happening in your life right now. Number 6, poor people sleep in late where rich people get up early. Poor people are the ones that lay in bed all day on the weekends, lay on the couch all weekend. I'm just taking a day off after a long week of work, right? I'm just taking, a relaxed day. This is what keeps you poor and keeps you stuck. It's a proven statistic that people that get up earlier in the day are more successful later on in life, right? And that could be from a young age or even an older age. It's because they build up their assets, they build up that money earlier on in life and actually end up working less than someone who sleeps in later, their entire life. Number 7, poor people believe that money is the root of all evil in the world, whereas rich people believe that poverty is the root of all evil in this world. Now, I'm sure you've heard the saying, money is the root of all evil in this world. No, poverty is the root of all evil in this world. Look at all the areas that have poverty, right? And have, low income areas. What do they have? Drugs, crime, and violence. These are issues caused by lack of money, right? And caused by poverty, which is the root of all evil in this world. Money itself is neutral, right? It can be used for good or it can be used for evil. It's a way to exchange goods and services, just like, cows and pigs were back in the day, right? Money is something that we've created to exchange these goods and services. So it can be good, it can be evil. That's up to you. The lack of money in societies around the world is the root of all evil. It's not the money itself. It's the lack of what money is there. Number 8, poor people have the get rich quick mentality, whereas rich people have the action mentality. Most poor people believe one common thing, and that to get rich, you have to get lucky with like a lottery ticket, right? Even though the chances are so slim, that's what they believe, and that's the only way they think they can actually, make money and get rich. They'll say things like, if I get lucky and win the lottery, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this with my money, right? If I get lucky, if I win, I'm going to do this. They're relying solely on external factors to make them rich and relying on a lot of luck. Whereas a rich person will take the mentality of, it's up to me to get rich, right? If I'm going to make it rich and I'm going to make it big, I'm going to do it myself. It's going to be up to me, nobody else, and nothing else. It's on me. You make your own luck. It's up to you to change your situation. Don't rely on some external factor. Don't rely on a third party. And definitely don't rely on a lottery ticket you got at a gas station. And finally, number 9, poor people quit and rich people don't. When things get tough, poor people will fold. They will give up at any sign of struggle whatsoever. If they fall down, they will not get back up and they'll just stay down forever. Whereas rich people literally never give up. No matter how many times they get hit, no matter how many times they get punched in the face, no matter how many times they fall, they always get up and they always come back stronger than before. Rich people embrace the mindset of fall down 7 times, get up 8, whereas a poor person will fall down once and stay down forever. All right, guys, so these are 9 different things that poor people do that rich people don't, right? And I just want to say to you guys right now, if this video triggered you in any way, shape, or form, right, I want you to take a look at why and figure out why it triggered you, and I want you to make a change, right? With that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you got a lot of value out of it and you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe so you get more of my, video notifications and see when I'm posting next. If you have any questions about anything, just leave them in the comments down below. I'll be sure to get back to them and answer you. Thanks again for listening, guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.